Well, welcome to Born Without Boundaries Live. This is definitely not going to be as long as yesterday's, but I wanted to get on here and do a daily tarot card reading. This is back to normal, general daily tarot card reading for everybody. I unfortunately could not download yesterday's daily, and I think it broke me a little bit to put 3 hours into something and not be able to download it the way that it's supposed to work is unacceptable to me. My intention with these videos is to create them here and then share a live with you and then download them or upload them to my Astrology Motivation for anybody on YouTube that wants to see. And yeah, that's like almost 3 hours worth of content that I was not able to share because of a failure on Instagram's part. And it really ripped into me yesterday. It kind of set me back, I have to be honest. But anyway, I'm here and I'm live. Today is Wednesday. The full moon was early this morning. I don't know if you guys got to see it. If you stayed up late in the continental U.S., you would have had to be up early in the morning, between like about 1:30 and 3:30 or 4:30, depending on where you were. But in Hawaii, I think it was just a really perfect timing for you to be able to experience and watch it. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining. So maybe you guys got to see it. I don't know. I hope you did. Anyway, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read this. Let's see. Yeah, the full moon was officially full at 7:14 a.m. Eastern time. That would be 4 o'clock in the morning over here in California. And then I'm pretty sure that would be officially on Tuesday the 25th still over in Hawaii if you were offshore, right? It's called, we talked about the flower moon. We talked about the lunar eclipse. I hope everybody's, I'll be honest with you. I'm not settled. I'm not well. And usually during Sagittarius moons, I am relieved, I'm uplifted, and I'm happy. But there's something about this that is really, it's really frustrating. I'm sad. There's a lot of shit and frustrated. I feel set back. I feel like bad signs all over the place, and it's kind of scaring me. So I'm just trying to keep as optimistic as possible. But anyway, that's kind of my experience with it. What's up with your experience? She's got your pajamas on. She's got her pajamas on. What? I don't have my pajamas on. I don't. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Oh, do you have your pajamas on? I don't have my pajamas on. These aren't pajamas. This is just a shirt and a pair of shorts. So anyway, yeah. I'll just warn you guys ahead of time. I will get really irritated with shit today. So try to be no, not PJs. Yeah. I'm in a pop-off mood today, so yeah. Anyway, let's get into the reading. Let's see. I know, Mommy loves you too. Mommy loves you. The only person I can tolerate right now is my dog for some reason. I'm just really frustrated and really pissed and really upset. And I did do the moon ritual yesterday, which calmed me a little bit, gave me a little bit of peace, and then I was right back to really just being angry all the time. I don't know what this is. I just want it to be purged and gone. Yeah. Let's get into the reading. Let's see what's up. Because what I really got to do is Six of Swords this shit, right? I gotta go move on from it. Gotta move on from it. And you look fabulous, and same. I'm a Sag, Sun, and Scorpio rising and feel weird. Okay, good. All right. I'm not good that you feel weird, but that I'm not the only one that's feeling this way. Yeah. The fact that I'm not the only one that feels this way. I thank you for the camaraderie. I appreciate it. Okay, so this is interesting. Six of Pentacles, but this is Six of Pentacles as in I'm doing something for you, but I want something back. I'm not actually doing something for the good of anybody else. I'm doing something that's helpful for other people, but it's in the pursuit of my own happiness. And then this is the King of Cups, happiness, hidden happiness, or not pretend happiness, but just your hidden softer side. And then look, oh wow, opportunity. Okay, in my pessimistic brain, I'm like, okay, this is the setup. Where's the devil? Where's the tower? Because I don't feel, but it's not about me. New life, new start, major arcana, jumping through into your second half of life. And what's been really weird, and this is dealing with conflict, settling conflict, fixing conflict, overcoming obstacles and haters and competition, defeating the competition. And this is central energy, which is, well, it's financial security, but it's also financial security as in you know how to save some for yourself. This is the King of Pentacles. So this is he's benevolent, he's kind, he's generous. And he's smart. He's really good with money because he appreciates it. He understands what it really is. He understands that it's a tool and how to use it. And then there's abundance and happiness and joy. Some of you are getting good news. Did anybody get good news over this eclipse? I'd love to know. And then we have the Emperor in reverse. So somebody who is very unsatisfied could be very manipulative, very domineering because they're unsatisfied with themselves or their own career. Then we have the Hermit, so needing to do a little bit of introspection. And the introspection may lead us to understand that we've just become too dependent upon or too fixated on finances. That's the problem. That there are clearly a lot of other wonderful aspects. Here's the Empress. A lot of wonderful aspects. Hi, boysies. To life, to the world. But we're fixating on, we're stuck. It's almost like we're letting our finances stick us, like make us stuck. Okay. Okay, so we have this. These all three came out together. So give me a second. Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, and moving away, and then the Six of Swords, which I saw in the beginning. This is really about finding the passion to say, I don't give a fuck it, and pursue your dreams. To walk away with nothing if you have to. But almost like any frustration that's happening after this introspection and realizing that in some ways we become controlled by our money and our comfort. And that's the problem, that really where our pursuits need to be right now is in the pursuit of what really energizes us and what we're passionate about, what makes us happy. And there's not enough of that going on in our lives. There is good stuff happening in our lives. This is just sort of the story of, okay, we're settled. It's almost like in some ways, we're more financially sound than we're giving ourselves credit for. And we really have to stop focusing so much on it and really start focusing more on joie de vivre, being happy and living in the moment. Let's get into, because it's saying that, you know what, we have this great opportunity and we battled out and we defeated the competitors. Oh, I reached I reached 58K on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. So I just want to say thank you for that. That's 58,000 subscribers and we're still growing strong. So I want to say thank you all for that. I did get some unexpected good news, but it came with strings that made me nervous. Not sure if... sit with it for a second. I mean, I do. I think this is a good time to sit and think things through. I don't think that there's any good with rushing, or let's put it this way, there's no need to rush into anything. You have to get it to a point of your comfort zone. It is a good time to take a deal. I think it is a good time to Well, Mercury in retrograde. Mercury's going retrograde when? Hold on. Soon. Mercury goes retrograde on Saturday, so we are in Mercury's shadow period. That could be why we're a little bit wonky too, because we're in Mercury retrograde shadow period. That will put 3 planets in retrograde. Pluto, Saturn, and Mercury. So we will be getting some communications or information is going to be coming out that maybe we missed in the past. That's really interesting. Oh. I had a little smile on my face. I just thought of something. That's really nice. But anyway, yeah. I'm trying to think. It's never a good time to sign a contract during Mercury retrograde shadow period. So definitely, if this is something that is, look it over, really, look it over twice. Like, look it over and think about it. And if it's still giving you pause, then don't do it. It's interesting because I bought my computer during a Mercury retrograde, and I've never been happy with it, and I don't think it works right. It malfunctions a lot. And it was expensive, and it was a special order from Apple. It's just don't do it. Stay away from it. So, or see if you can put off deciding until after the retrograde is over. The Mercury retrograde gets over. Let me see. It goes into retrograde on the 29th on Saturday. And then it goes direct on June 22nd. That's really awesome. Okay. So, yeah, maybe that's why you're getting that gut reaction of it not really making sense to you or not feeling really right. You know, Mercury retrograde is a wonderful time to review things. And because Saturn and Pluto are in retrograde, that means things are going to be reviewed on, I think, a large scale basis. That will be really interesting to see what comes out. Anyway, I don't even want to predict. I know it's like, why am I an astrologer? I'm an astrologer because I love studying people and human behavior. But predictive stuff doesn't really even interest me. I know that sounds crazy, right? But it doesn't. I like to understand people better, but to predict what's going to happen, I just know that information is going to come up. Of course, information comes up all the time, though. How is it going to affect our lives? This is usually the moment when you start to get old messages or old news or answers that you've been waiting on for a while and they just haven't come in. They're going to come in. Expect powerful change is still here. This is eclipse and emotions are running high. Super moon. Whoa! How did these two cards come out? Super moon and new moon eclipse. So we've got expect powerful change and emotions are running high. And ain't that the truth? Because that's exactly how I'm feeling. I don't even understand my emotions. They're running so intensely. Dude, I did get to roller skate a little bit this morning. I am having so much fun. And I think that's what I have to start focusing on more, is just roller skating. Listen to your heart. Trust your heart because it knows. And this is also it's a very lucky, beneficial time. Inspired warrior. What inspires you? Trust your heart. It's like your heart is going to lead you through this time of emotion and upset. Your heart and what it is that brings joy to your heart. Listen to your heart. That's why I've been feeling shitty. Why have you been feeling shitty? Yes, indeed. Thank you. You guys are great to each other. I fucking love that. Yes, indeed, dude. Yes. I'm fighting my heart. I'm trying to do things that I know, I'm trying to do things that make sense, but they don't make sense because they're really not based on my heart or what my heart is telling me. And it's not even about my grandiose dreams in life. It's about just what I know to be true inside my soul. And I'm just going to settle on that. Shouting, screaming, yelling at strangers. It's almost like, I don't want to get to know any new people. Just leave me alone. or you want to be heard, or you want to be seen, but it feels like everybody around you doesn't really care or is kind of removed from you, or that you're surrounded by people you don't know and it's causing you a great deal of stress. Yeah, because the card strangers is not the best energy. It's not the best energy. Okay. Disruption. Tell me about it. Because that's exactly like it's just like everything's broken into bits and pieces. It's like things, it's not like things are falling apart, but that they're just refusing to come together. That's the fucking thing. And then we have rejoice in celebration. So this is getting together, having a good time, like letting yourself, I don't want to say slack off a bit, but ease up a bit. That's what I want to say. And then obstacles and challenges are here. Okay. And then we have love begins. It's almost like there are obstacles and challenges to new love beginning. And it's coming from the solar plexus. It's like you're not saying what you need to say or being your real self. There's something that you're sitting on or something that still wants to come out of you, especially with shouting. You know, it's almost like, I feel like almost like we're shouting, like, get away from me. I don't want strangers. I don't want the wrong one. I want the person that feels like the right one. I'm tired of all the creeps and the crazies or even just people that I don't feel connected to. It's almost like I need to be around people who I do feel connected to. And that's it. That's the answer. It's like be around friends and family and people you feel connected to. Even if you have to call them on the phone, this is the time to like hear the voices that you need to hear. Hear the voices that you relate to as home. You know, be in the presence of people that you can just be yourself around and you don't have to worry. This is that time to feel shelter in place, right, at home. It's almost like everything is opening up, but it's opening up too quickly, too much, too soon, too fast, all at once. Slow it the fuck down by getting back to your center, breathing, meditating, playing, doing things that bring joy to your heart with people that you really feel good about. Like that's a key to success right now. And I think that love is beginning. I just noticed that this came out in reverse, which means that, oh, you guys are wonderful. Somebody just gave a donation, 3333. That I love it. Thank you so much. Solar plexus chakra. It's upside down. It's in reverse, which means it's almost like we feel squashed or we don't feel heard or we don't feel like we're in a place where we don't feel like we're being listened to. We feel like we're being ignored. That's kind of like that mentality, that feeling. Remember, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's true, but it means that we feel that way. And you do have to honor your emotions. You don't have to believe them because sometimes they trick you, you know, and they're not there. Sometimes you're being incorrect. Sometimes you're just wrong, right? But that doesn't mean you don't honor it, because if you don't honor it, you start to fight with it. And then being wrapped up in a fight with it causes even more problems and more stress and more strain. And you just don't need that shit. Face your fears and battle of the blues. So there's something here about your fears, your fears. Your fears causing the blues, making you feel sad. What are you afraid of? And it's based in sadness. It's based in kind of like feeling like you're sinking. Take steps toward a positive change. There's something you don't feel good about, but in some ways you haven't been able to pursue it or take it on. Look at what's at the bottom of the deck. Going after something. This is the energy of just start it. You don't have to be perfect at it. You don't have to be totally prepared, but just start, just go, just do, because the action of doing is going to get you out of your funk. That may be what it is. It's like we're kind of in a funk because we need to get up and we need to move. We need to start taking action and doing things. Even with me, I love what I do, but I'm at home a lot and I'm sedentary too much. So maybe just, like getting up and being more active will help. For any of you out there, it's like maybe you don't really love your job, but you do it for money and you feel stuck in it. So you have to spend time or make time for something that really brings joy to your heart, not just like relaxation, like sitting down and watching your television show. That's like stress relief, right? But I mean real joy in your heart. Like take time and just jump into it, even if you're not completely good at it, or it doesn't matter. What matters is you're in the process of it. You just get right in there and go. It's really going to help out with this kind of like dull wah. That's kind of what it feels like. And it's based on a fear. What are we afraid of? We're afraid of something. We're afraid we're not going to get something. Somebody doesn't love us. We're afraid of we're going to be, bouncing on shit forever. Like, what are the fears? There's fears that are driving this feeling of lack of satisfaction, sadness, isolation, loneliness, all of those things. It's fear that's driving it. Fear lies, man. It fucks you up because it feeds on that. It feeds on you being sad. I feel like fear feeds on sadness. It almost is like it's its constant energy supply. Like fear can make you isolated and stuck, and then you're sad, and it just sort of like that's candy for it. So it's like to get away from the sadness, what you have to do is confront the fear. And there's some sort of fear, like your fear will be different than my fear, right? But especially during Mercury retrograde, that's the blessing of Mercury retrograde energy, is for us to like have conversations with ourselves and really like get to the bottom of our thoughts and review things again and take stock. That's kind of like, it's a taking stock period, not just of your thoughts or of information, but of how you felt and how it's impacted you. It gives you kind of a retrospective clarity. And then we have dragon, discover your courage. And that's what it is. Friendships, nurture your relationships. Get out there and go. Be with friends, be around people you love, be around other people with similar interests. You have to like nurture your relationships and be like, I don't know, like it almost will give you courage when you're around people who like you and you feel liked by. Discover your courage. Maybe get out there and make new friends, people that I don't know, that just make you smile, bring joy into your life. But friendship keeps coming up. You have the Three of Cups, you have friendship, and then you have the Three of Cups. It's not really the Three of Cups, but it's celebration. There may be, let me just say this. You may feel, if you're invited to some sort of party or some sort of get together, get out and go. Just go. Don't go for the sake of meeting your husband. Don't go for the sake of meeting your new boss or being discovered. That's business. That's still business. That's still you worried. Go for the sake of, maybe I'll have fun. That's it. Remember what I told you? This eclipse is all about a perspective change, realizations. So it's not even like we have to change much about what we're doing. We just have to change the perspective that we go into what we're doing with. So instead of going to that party being like, oh, okay, are there single men there? Oh, yay. Maybe I'll meet my husband. Or maybe it's just, I'm going to go hang out with my girls. We're going to have a great fucking time. I hear the DJ is good. Like, that's where your perspective should be, in the now. Remember, we are in Gemini season, and Gemini can be summed up in that word, now. Now, right here, right now. Who you're talking to, you're giving them your undivided attention. Where your mind is, you're reacting in the moment. It's now, it's focused now. All air energy is really focused on now, but Gemini especially, it's just the richest, deepest understanding of how powerful now can be. Sagittarius is the South Node, right? It's the opposite, because it's not about now and it's not about the past. It's about the future. Sagittarius is all about thinking forward, what's going to happen, big, broad, out there. And that's not Gemini energy. Gemini energy is like here, focus here, be in this moment, because this moment is a beautiful one. And I think that's kind of like what this energy is trying to get us to do, just focus on the now. Don't worry about even an hour from now. Don't worry about it. Unfortunately, right now, I'm very happy being home chilling. That's so good, dude. There's no unfortunate about it. There's no unfortunate. That's beautiful. As long as you're happy, then that's good. That's where you need to be. But you know, when you get that call, of hey, you want to come hang out? Sure. All right, I'll meet you. Why not? Say yes, because Gemini is also very social energy, and it's good for us to honor the energy that's surrounding us right now. Owl, follow your intuition. Love this. And money, find a way to abundance. Your intuition is actually going to lead you to a great deal of abundance. And I feel like in some ways our intuition has been blocked by all this fear and these emotions, etc., etc. So what we really need to do is unblock those clogging emotions and then get back to our intuition. We're like, okay, yeah, like pay attention to what sets you off, and it's like ding 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 ding. If you feel that, if you hear it, pay close attention. For better or worse, you know, like if you feel like we just talked about, like this isn't a good time to sign something, then it's not a good time to sign something. Forget about it. Also, if you feel like it's a good time, but if you feel like it's a good time, it should like trust it, go for it, then trust your feelings. I feel lost. That's a really honest card, isn't it? You know, but it's almost like when you're lost, this is a wonderful time to discover something that you didn't expect to find. And I think that maybe that's part of the strategy right now. We feel so lost, and this is when we get introduced to something that we never expected. I feel balanced. I feel lost, but I feel balanced. That's really interesting. It can really stand to reaffirm your confidence in yourself. It's like, I don't know where the hell I am, but I know where I am between my own 2 feet. You know, like that's a wonderful feeling of being put in an uncomfortable situation to realize just how self-reliant you've become. And I am free. Isn't that beautiful? I am free. I don't mind a little bit of instability. There's this mentality of I'm not where I'm not where I feel like I belong, but I'm where I feel comfortable, like where I've been before, but I feel like I've got this under control. I'm balanced, and I like that's all about being right now in the present, right? Centered in your energy, and then I am free. Ooh. That is really liberated energy, and also very Gemini energy. That wonderful, I am free. Lapis lazuli, life-changing epiphany or experience. Okay. It's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. Whoa, what are we talking about? Ceremonies and celebrations. It's a time of important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, or anniversaries. What is that about? Because that card keeps coming up, and we had this card, we had friendship. You're getting together with people. Maybe even going to places that you don't necessarily even know. Like I said, this quarantine is ending, right? As of June 10th out in California, June 15th out in California, we don't have to wear masks if we've been vaccinated. Public things are starting to open up again. People are doing more stuff. So it's like things are starting to generate again. That could make people a little bit uncomfortable, right? Especially based on how traumatic the whole quarantine experience has been. Coming out again might feel really, really weird. And it would. I think that's very natural, actually. Honor that. Also respect your pace as to how quickly you want to integrate. Not based on made up conspiracy theories in your head, but just based on, okay, I know it's safe, but at the same time, I need a little bit more time. Well, then okay, then honor that. It's so you don't make it about, oh, they're lying to me. Or I don't really trust this and this vaccine and that vaccine. Or, don't make it about that. Don't make it about paranoia. Make it about, this has been kind of trying for me. This has been hard for me. So I'm gonna need a few more weeks, or I need a little bit more time. Go at your own pace, but let your pace be reality based is kind of what I'm saying. But this is about, we feel a little weird, like we're just waking up. We've had a good sleep, but at the same time, we're like you said, I'm comfortable in my house. I don't really know if I want to get out and go. I think you will know when you are ready. I think you will know when something interests you. I think you will know when you feel as comfortable on the outside as you do on the inside. Like when the right people are inviting you or the right opportunity arises. I think that's a major clue that we're headed in the right direction as we kind of like wake up and come out of our cocoon. But there is just definitely some. I think an event we're going to get invited to, or an opportunity that's being presented to us over and over again, just something that is really 100% like, I don't know, it's calling to us. It's almost like I don't ever say that abundance comes to you. I always say that it's a constant interaction between you and the universe. But this is an opportunity that we're just kind of have to like not wait for, but it will arrive. Like it's almost like, I don't know if we're going to get the invite, or there's just, I don't know, like new places, new things that we haven't planned for, haven't thought about. They're starting to trickle in. They're starting to come in now. And that's some really beautiful shit is all I got to say. Trust it, because even though it seems like we're kind of cloistered and we're frustrated right now, especially as we are, the opening of eclipse season and retrogrades. Everything is in retrograde right now. Everything feels like it's backward right now. But I have to say, I don't think that's going to be that way forever. It's not going to feel that way. Certainly there's a slowing down, especially Mercury, it's so close. There's a slowing down in our process right now. That could just be, right? That could just be. There is a slowing down. Oh, I love you, God. Between worlds. Isn't that beautiful? We do, don't we? We feel like we are. We're between, and that's where we are right now. We're between the old and the new. But there's a beauty to the in-between. The in-between, and I said this on this week's Astrology Motivation. There's a beauty to the in-between, because in-between is such a unique time. Shifts and changes don't happen every single day. So this is a beautiful experience that even though it may feel a little uncomfortable, it's also really exciting because it doesn't happen every day. And these shifts, in other words, there is a pleasure in the discomfort. There is opportunity for joy in the imbalance. It's new. It's new. It's like we've just been born, but we're not really ready to wake up yet. That kind of energy. And to the sea, which is about adventure and the unexpected and not really knowing where the next day is going to take us and getting comfortable in that energy. The only way you get comfortable in the energy is through faith, through connection to spirit, knowing, listen, my eyes can't see, but yours can. And then we have never ending story, but it was in reverse. So I think there's old patterns, repetitive patterns that are stopping. What those things that you could never close out, they're just finishing all on their own. They're done. Something that seemed like it was never going to be over is coming to an end. I just keep going back to quarantine because that's something we can all relate to. But it is. It's like the quarantine. It's like this felt like it was never going to end. And the reason why it felt like it was never going to end is because, at least over in the States, from the beginning, it was like, oh, it's only going to be 4 weeks. Oh, okay, it's going to be 3 months. Oh, we're extending it another 3 months. And so you never really knew because they didn't just come out and say, we're going to quarantine for a year. They started by like giving us smaller intervals. And that's why it felt like it was never going to end, because as soon as you thought it was going to end, you get word that it wasn't going to end. It was being extended. So this is a sense of, but it is ending now. It is over. I know it felt like it was never this, it doesn't have to be just quarantine, like this time in your life, this being stuck in the holding pattern, being stuck in the in-between, like all of it. It felt like it was never going to end. It's ending. It's ending. Truth be told, I didn't even see this card come out. the truth comes out. Truth be told. Your truth. Tell your truth. This is about being honest with yourself and saying how you really feel, honoring how you really feel, talking it, saying it, letting it out, not screaming, not yelling, not shouting, not accusing, but just really being honest with everything that's going on here, and us being honest with each other. Finally, and I do think this is universal as well, finally some sort of truth is out, some sort of truth is told. Beautiful energy, right? Something that we're going to get news on a global scale of something that we've been in between about, that's never been settled or hasn't been, like, was always kind of like hinted at but never really proven. Something's coming through. There's information where something big is gonna be confirmed on a global scale. I'm just letting you guys know that finally the truth about something is going to come out. It's going to be confirmed. It's going to be proven. It's going to be measurable. That's interesting. I wonder what the fuck that is. Let's get into the angel messages, which I didn't do yesterday, and I wanted to do the angel messages as part of yesterday's reading. Wow, this is a lot of angel messages. Maybe it was like, yeah, we wanted to talk to you yesterday and you didn't let us. All right, angels, I'm going to read them all. We have transformation. Through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are moment by moment transforming to ever greater light, ever greater oneness, and ever greater wisdom. And it's a transformative period. Wisdom, everything has a place and purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for all things. And I think that's what we're transforming. We're transforming into a more compassionate people. And maybe the information that comes in globally is going to help us become more compassionate and less crazy and less sticking everything into a category and more just listening and understanding. We're transforming into a far more compassionate people. It's time. The time is now. Creative potential. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea. Oh, that's what it is. Life is a sea of potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires. See, I thought that this as, possibility, potential, it's possible, like, or a scary adventure. It's possibility. It's the, you know what? Stop looking at the blank canvas and being horrified because you're so used to somebody putting the colors and painting it for you. The blank canvas is unabridged, unadulterated, unencumbered possibility. So that's what the canvas is. And if you're limited and if you're scared, it's because you're scared of your own imagination. And somehow, for some reason, that's been oppressed. And it's time to lift that oppression and get back to your creative being. The discomfort with the unknown is really a discomfort with yourself. Remember, it said, I am balanced. I'm lost, but I'm balanced. I am free. That's what this is. I'm lost. I don't know where I am, but I can add my own stability to an unstable situation. And that's really what freedom is. Freedom is not, I can do whatever I want whenever I want it. Freedom is ultimate possibility met with ultimate self-responsibility. That's what freedom is. You're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for that blank canvas. And there's joy in that. There's joy in openness, infinite possibilities. There's joy in it instead of fear, right? Instead of reacting in fear, we're starting to see these as opportunities instead of restraints or assaults. Change of perspective. Archangel Uriel, check this out. This is crazy. A great spiritual transformation is currently occurring both in your life and in our world. Right. This is the union of heaven and earth, spirit and matter. Heart and mind unite in harmonious balance. I am balanced. That's crazy. Positive thinking is vital in creating a healthy and abundant life. A positive attitude, along with positive beliefs and thoughts, are crucial ingredients for creating happiness. Don't worry, think love. Whatever makes you think love, think of that. Gratitude. Make gratitude your new attitude. The stars will shine brighter upon you. All in your world will become lighter. Say 3 things you're grateful for. Say them. Say them out loud. You don't have to type them, but say them out loud. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for my beautiful son. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels, for your constant protection of me. Thank you, angels. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for my beautiful dog. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for the food that I just ate in my refrigerator. Thank you for my time on the beach this morning. Thank you for the money in my banking account and the money that's coming in. Thank you, thank you, like there's just, I swear to God, you'll never be able to stop at 3. You will never be able to stop at 3. Inspiration. A new idea comes to you like a gentle whisper inside your heart. Listen and take action. This is inspiration from high above. Sacred source. We talked about inspiration during the reading too. It's all the same message being reiterated. And that's when better a time to be inspired when the canvas is blank. Sacred source, we, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. You are literally an angel in the making, a being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and all creation. And then last but not least, harmony. Disharmony occurs when we try to resist life's natural flow. Everything has its cycle. Every stage of life has its own unique meaning and purpose. Every day can be harmonious if we want it to be. You know, this is the perfect card for Gemini season because Gemini is all about listening. And listening is a key factor in harmony. You don't just harmonize by singing. You harmonize by listening and singing along with each other. And it's happening at the same time. You're following, both of you are following, both of you are leading. You're interacting. So that is really that harmony that happens between the two. Remember, Gemini is represented by the twins. There's constant harmony and exchange, even like telepathic exchange between them, just intuitive exchange, because you're listening that well. You're listening so well, you don't even need to hear a sound. You just know. That's beautiful energy and is lost. As I felt in the beginning of that reading, I feel so much better now because there's a reason to the craziness. And there's like, I don't know, a togetherness in the awkwardness. I love that. I love you guys. I love you guys, and I'm glad that you got to spend some time with me today. I will be posting this on Astrology Motivation, or you can just watch this again here. And once again, I'll be like, happy hump day, guys, because I'll be here tomorrow too. Take care of yourself during this eclipse energy, and just like trust yourself. If you feel like you need to sit down, need to rest for a nap for a half hour, do it. If you need to like not do something, put the paper down and just like pick up a, I don't know, whatever. Like do it. Like trust yourself and trust your heart right now. It's guiding you in the right direction. Really strong heart energy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.